Nicholas Shaxson, The Finance Curse, How Global Finance is Making Us All Poorer. Embark on an enlightening journey with Nicholas Shaxson's The Finance Curse, How Global Finance is Making Us All Poorer, as he reveals the dark side of financialization, where billionaires hide wealth, private equity firms exploit businesses, and governments favor corporate interests over public welfare. Delve into the history of America's transition to financialization and learn how it has eroded democracy, justified social inequality, and plagued communities with reduced public services. Explore the ethical transgressions of the City of London and its role in the 2008 financial crisis, and uncover the opaque world of tax havens, trust funds, and money laundering that destabilize our democracy.
The Danger of the Finance Curse. Nicholas Shaxson's book explores the harmful effects of excessive finance on economies, leading to economic stagnation and political polarization. Shaxson sheds light on billionaires hiding their assets, private equity firms taking advantage of companies, and governments prioritizing corporate investment. Despite the familiar theme, Shaxson's investigative approach provides a captivating and accessible read for anyone interested in the world of finance. Financialization, Undermining Democracy. In The Finance Curse, Shaxson argues that the U.S. transition to financialization in the 1970s has resulted in a system that serves the wealthy few while leaving most people worse off. The government deregulated industries and privatized businesses, leading companies to prioritize maximum profits over social responsibility. This has not only justified inequality and discrimination but has also undermined democratic institutions. The U.S. financial sector has grown to equal 5 years of GDP, perpetuating a system that serves only those in power. Shaxson makes a compelling case for the need to address these issues. The Illusion of Neoliberalism. The book argues that neoliberalism's belief in tax competition between countries only benefits large corporations and financial institutions. The author highlights how lower corporate taxes in Kansas led to budget cuts in public services such as education. Despite the idea that cutting taxes is good for competitiveness, a 2016 study showed that on average, states spent $658,000 to create one job in big business. The City of London, a den of unethical behavior. The City of London, Britain's equivalent of Wall Street, is a highly deregulated and unscrupulous financial hub that operates outside ethical boundaries. In his book, Shaxson reveals how senior financiers operate with impunity above the law, enabling tax evasion, money laundering, and fraudulent securities. London-based trading divisions were responsible for booking the most harmful credit default swaps leading to the 2008 financial crisis. By then, the city had become known as the Guantanamo Bay of global finance, where financiers could execute illegal activities under the guise of regulation. The book exposes the long-standing issues in the City of London. Undermining Democracy with Secrecy. In Treasure Islands, Nicholas Shaxson exposes how tax havens like the Bahamas and Cayman Islands enable tax avoidance via trust funds that obscure ownership and tax liability. This leads to the entrenchment of capital in wealthy families, perpetuating inequality and eroding democracy. Furthermore, private equity firms can leverage tax havens to evade regulations and purchase successful companies, unburdened by liabilities and with the power to force questionable practices onto the acquired company. While these tactics may fetch higher returns, they come at the cost of jeopardizing the wider economy and the livelihoods of ordinary employees and vendors. The high cost of vertical integration in agriculture. In The Meat Racket, Shaxson exposes the greedy practices of companies like Tyson, who monopolize the food industry. Centralizing chicken production, Tyson enforced exclusive contracts with farmers, expecting them to bear higher risks. However, farmers increasingly earn less from raising feed while Tyson inflates their profits and evades taxes through shell companies. Moreover, livestock consolidation, creating Iowa's mammoth hog farms, decimates local communities, as farmers struggle to make ends meet while relying on external parties for services. Shaxson offers alarming insights into the dark side of large agribusinesses and their impact on the vulnerable farming communities. The Finance Curse. The decline in American well-being has been parallel to the faltering of economic growth. The real division now lies between those in favor of rigged markets and the finance curse and those opposed. The solution is to tax and regulate finance with emphasis on trust and tax haven cleanup, as finance should serve the society. Unraveling the Dark Side. In this powerful book, Nicholas Shaxson exposes the damaging effects of neoliberalism and financialization on modern society. With expertise and empathy, he vividly explains how these concepts have degraded democracy and enriched a select few. Shaxson's insightful writing will inspire even the most financially savvy readers to reflect on the bigger picture. From revealing the erosion of democracy to the unimaginable profits accruing to a few beneficiaries, this book is an eye-opener for anyone looking to understand the world around them. Students will find it particularly illuminating due to its accessible presentation of rarely discussed topics.
In conclusion, Shaxson uncovers the detrimental effects of neoliberalism and financialization on economies, communities, and democracy. Fueled by greed, unchecked markets, and deregulation, the rich increase their wealth and power while the majority suffer. By examining the City of London and its involvement in the 2008 financial crisis, as well as revealing the secretive world of tax havens and trust funds, Shaxson emphasizes the urgent need for reform. His groundbreaking work serves as a call to action for policymakers and citizens alike to challenge the finance curse and demand a more equitable and democratic society where finance serves the people, not the privileged few.